Oh, then what about 3 cards and a bottom card with me? How about that? I've got, why not? We did the energy weather update earlier. This is tied, a lot is going to be tied right now to the second half of July reading. It's very interesting. I've got a pre-shuffle here. I said we want to tell my people. I got four pentacles crossed by 3 swords and a Burger King. Underneath the Burger King, I've got the King of Swords. I talked in the energy weather update earlier about a shift, being able to pick up on a shift. I think you can feel this fucker coming. I think what's about to happen here, okay, just the surface energy, but I think what's about to happen here, and this is sort of what came up in the Saturn reading as well, reminds me of Saturn retrograde energy a little bit. Well, I think, I don't know if I said this in the Saturn reading, or if it was what I said during the part of the reading that got blown up when Steve's laptop blew up, right? We had to switch to the old computer. I think you end up seeing this Burger King in a new light. I think you end up understanding a bit more about this energy. And for some, I do. I think you get some truth. I think this energy is coming towards you. But I also think you're afraid of that. So you're afraid to hear it. I don't know why. I don't know. Let's see. Let's pull on that King of Wands. All right, let's do it. Let's pull on the Burger King. 3 cards and a bottom card on the Burger King. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. It is what it is. Okay? I'm not a time lord. This could be near future influence for you. In fact, it probably is. Because I feel that energy incoming, and I think you'll feel that energy incoming. And it's not the shift I talked about in the energy weather update. That's very personal. That's for you, right? We had some dude moving garbage cans. I mean, that's a big deal for some people. That's huge. You know, if you're obsessive compulsive, you don't like to move stuff. You freak out. You know, like, oh my God, right? But whatever the case, that's very personal. This is something else. This is another shift you're picking up on, right? You'll feel this energy coming towards you too. I believe it. I feel like if I had to take a couple of my readings and tell you what's swirling here, it's the Saturn retrograde paired with the mid-month, the second half of July. It feels a lot like sort of a hybrid of those two energies with a little bit more data about the Burger King. Let's see where we're at with the King of Wands. They have to have it their way. They always do. Narcissists. King of Wands is a narcissist. Somebody asked me once, can you say anything nice about the King of Wands ever? Well, the cards are mediums. I just read what's reflecting back at me. But yeah, the King of Wands does have positive qualities. Very confident, you know. The King of Wands can represent a lot of confidence. It really can. It can also represent somebody who's very passionate about what they do. It depends on the context. It depends on the energies around it, right? That confidence can drift into cockiness very easily. You know, it can also be the King of Wands is somebody who will tell you anything you need to hear to get what they want. That's very good too, but that's a negative. But on a positive side, that could be somebody you want to take with you when you go buy a car. That could be somebody who could really talk a good game and get people and manipulate people to do what they want. You can get the salesman. The King of Wands could get the salesman to give you a hell of a deal. In that context, that's positive, right? But if that same energy is used to talk you out of your pants, it's negative, isn't it? Right? You know, where you wake up in the morning and go, I can't believe I did that, right? Yeah. All right. You'd rather have the car salesman saying that than you, right? Bottom of the deck, 9 of Pentacles. Oh yeah, here we go. It's an independence energy. I don't get it. It's an abundance. My independence is crossing the center card. I got to pull it. Queen of Swords. 6 of Wands. Yeah. Before I pull the third card, what's under this? Yeah, the Page of Wands. Yeah, I knew it was something like that. Reminds me of the second half of July a little bit. Okay. It's as though... okay, what's the third card? Yeah, it's the Devil. I was going to say it's some sort of communication. It's communication blending with these two, because this felt very cold. To you, it seems like when this Burger King shows up and they're speaking their truth, it's like they're trying to hurt you. It's like they're trying to put, put a sword through this thing. It's like they're trying to be cold. They're not. All right, I'm just going to tell you that straight out. It's like, it almost feels to you, maybe, for some of you, whoever this Burger King is, doesn't have to be your runner. It could be a family member that you have a thing with some kind of, soul connection with, or it could be a friend or whatever. But it feels to you like they're trying to get rid of you. Okay? They're not. That's an illusion. Okay? And I don't know. I've got to pull on the devil. I don't know if the devil's attached to you or them or both. I don't know yet. Well, randomly at the bottom of the witches, I was going to pick up to clarify it is the Seven of Swords. It's mild devil energy. That's backing up what I just told you. I do that all the time. It matters, and I talked about it. It matters what's at the bottom of the deck when I pick them up, because I put the cards away the same every time for over more than 3 decades. So that being said, that's important that that's there. That trains the energy around you. So yeah, that's not true, but it's going to seem like they're trying to get rid of you. They're actually not. They're actually trying to keep you. I'll tell you what. Okay. Could also be, because I've got a Hermit and another 9 of Pentacles here. It could also be for some of you, for most of you it's what I said, but for others of you it could be that each side, you got a soul connection, but each side is trying to talk over the other. In other words, it's two separate conversations going on when it needs to be one. All right, it's very polarized. Okay, it could be that too. It's because of this devil. Now I'm going to pull on the devil first because I've got mild devil energy here with the 7 swords. Why is the devil here? Very interesting. I like this. I like it. Let's go. Well, I do, because you know about it now, right? And I've got to separate the energy somehow. It's like somebody's trying to get rid of you. It's like their ultimate victory would be independence. It does. It might feel like that to you. Oh, I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? I've been all right, you fucking asshole. Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll see you later. They don't mean it. Whatever it is they're saying, they don't mean it. They really don't. It really is a devil made them do it kind of energy. I think this is an offshoot from. I don't think this is your big Burger King. I think this is someone else. This might be Janelle. This might be your friend Janelle. Remember Janelle? We got our characters around here. We got Alan and we got Janelle. It could be either one of those two. But Alan's a big soulmate, so it's probably not Alan. I think this is a friend or family member. I do. It's like, are you trying to get rid of me? You trying to make me say I never want to talk to you again? All right, let's go. Yeah. Hidden, High Priestess. Hidden motives here. Somebody's, I don't want to say they're keeping secrets. I don't. Somebody might be revealing your secrets. That might be why you're saying, are you trying to get rid of me? So they might be, if you're talking in a crowd of people, if this person comes up and you're around a bunch of other people, they might be talking about stuff that you don't want them to talk about. And you think that sounds a little harsh. You think that seems a little whatever. Might be. That's why I say it might be a friend or family member. Family does that all the time. Don't they embarrass you? Go anywhere. Oh, I remember when I was a kid, I couldn't go anywhere with my dad or whatever. I'd be, it's like they're trying to embarrass you. You're trying to ruin my reputation? Is that what you're doing? Are you trying to ruin all of my high school years? What the fuck are you whipping that picture out for? It's just shit like that. It's a bit of that. What's on top? It's just a mild devil energy. They do it on purpose. They get some kind of perverse thing out of it. They just lose their fucking minds for a minute, right? Why does my 6th grade class need to see me in a bathtub? Why? Tell me. They lost their damn minds for a second. All right, right here, 10 Pentacles. Why is that here? It's everything I said. The Wheel of Fortune. The opposite. It's opposites day. Okay. It may seem like this. I'm right. It's them. The devil's attached to them, not you. Although you are the beneficiary of the illusion. It's an illusion. All right? I got that here as well with the High Priestess, a hidden energy. The opposite is what's going on. Somebody's trying to bring you closer. It may seem like they're trying to get rid of you. I got to pull. We're doing this kind of backwards, but I'm doing that for a reason. Okay, I needed to sort that out first. I'm going to now pull on the Queen of Swords. Because It seems mean. I don't know what's going on here. This is not you, this is them. Although your energy, you could turn into this. You could, you know. You could turn into a battle owl. You know, I don't know. Let's see here. Queen of Swords. This could play out on I always like to remind people the same frequency of energy could play out 1,000 different ways. This could play out on a small level. It's somebody you got a soul connection with, but you might have just a mild connection with them. They could be somebody at work or some shit like that. People do shit all the time, you know. People love to sabotage you, and you don't even realize you're being sabotaged. You're being sabotaged through discouragement. You got to look at somebody and look at the things they discourage you from, right? Versus the things they encourage you to do. You know, which one benefits them and which one doesn't? Are they always discouraging you against things that don't benefit them? Then that's not your friend, okay? Your work friend or your regular friend. If they only encourage you to do things that benefit them, that's a King of Wands or a Queen of Wands. That's, you know, you don't need that shit. You got to make a list. You got to take a look. You got to be like Santa Claus. Make a list and check it twice. See who's been naughty or nice. Right? What's going on here? Queen of Swords. Somebody being naughty here, but I'm going to give you the advice on this. Water off a duck's back. I don't want you to call them on it. I was just about to say, maybe you can call them on it, and then the universe just corrected me with the Six of Swords. This too shall pass. Let it slide. You know the truth. The truth is this person needs you in their, for some reason they need you in their life. And I'm going to say need, okay? Which is why it's surprising that it seems like they're trying to get rid of you. You know, mind-blowing. But you know, I'm telling you, okay? Let it slide, all right? And what's on top? A star. Why is that? Wow, that's powerful. Why is that there? The Page of Pentacles. It's one of those people, before I open my mouth, yeah, the Two of Wands. It's one of those people that never really learns their lesson. Whoever this is attached to you, they never truly learn. They want to change, but they don't change. They're always, it's an energy that comes out of always making plans but never doing anything. But the way it plays out in the context here, this is a student, right? And this is them envisioning who they could be. This is why they're in school. Oh, I'm going to be the best. But they never really get there. They never really get past the whatever. They keep failing the course, if you will. All right? Maybe this is happening, so this time you teach them something. I don't know. They get some kind of lesson. Let's find out what the victory is here for you. Okay? Your final outcome is sitting here. To you, it seems like, well, the victory seems like, Steve, they want to get rid of me. I get it. It's some fucker who never learns their lesson, you know, thinks it just gets taken over by the goat with its feet on fire. Their voice seems to get taken over by it. I get it. So what's the victory for you here? What are you to do besides water off a duck's back and let it slide? I recommend you let a lot of stuff slide this summer, right? In the Northern Hemisphere right now, in the Southern Hemisphere this winter, I'll rephrase, let a lot of stuff slide, right? I can't forget my Australia and New Zealand viewers. They're like number 2 and number 3 countries on my list. I know it's winter there, people. I spent a lot of time in Australia. I love Australia. I do. Yeah, I probably liked it a little bit because it reminds me of California. It looks exactly the same. I remember getting into Sydney and going, this looks just like Los Angeles. What the fucking hell? You got the eucalyptus trees, palm trees. It looks the same thing, except the animals are weirder. All right? That's about it. And they got some scary shit there in the reptile department. Six of Wands. Why is it here? Let's go. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'm right. The environmental energy around this is, Steve, 8 of Cups. It seems like they're trying to get rid of me. Right? You really? Okay. It seems like, or somebody's trying to sabotage you, one or the other. 8 Cups. What's on top? The Emperor. Why is that here? The Death card. How do I phrase this? I'm going to put a pull bridging in. Yeah, the 9 of Wands. Yeah. How do I phrase this here? Somebody's getting in their own way. Yeah, I get that. Blah, blah, blah. You need to look on the bright side of this for some reason. Okay? I get it. In a way, it's what I said back in the pre-shuffle. I said you're afraid to hear what this person has to hear. Only it's not that you're afraid to hear it because it's good. You're afraid to hear it because words are coming out of their mouth that shouldn't be. Okay? Whoever this person is. And this might be a very specific reading, but then again, it could happen on varying levels. It can happen to you. This scenario happens to everyone at some point in their life. Whether it's their parents doing it or somebody at work doing it, trying to sabotage you. For your parents doing it, it seems like they're trying to sabotage your whole high school career by ruining you with pictures and nonsense things that you did at home. You know, oh, he peed the bed the other day. Oh my God. You know, you're dead. Then from then on, you're a piss girl or piss boy. I mean, there's no way. You can't escape it, right? If it's somebody at work, they're probably doing it just in the earshot of a supervisor, you know? But they need you to do the work, so they don't need you to get fired. They just need to look better than you to get more money, kind of a thing. It's a bit of that. But for some reason, you come out stronger because of this. And I know it seems silly to say that, but at the end of the day, this teaches you something about yourself, about your value. It just does. It just teaches you something about your value. And I'm going to go ahead and see what else the universe wants to tell you. I'm going to grab a fresh deck. All right? What else you want to tell them about this? It's very strange. What you should not call them. Don't, because then you just look bad. Whenever this however this plays out for you, however it is, it could be 1,000 different ways. Just always remember this, with this frequency of devil energy, with this somebody that's doing this, if you call them on it, you look like the bad guy. You look worse. Even if you're in the right, you end up looking like the bad guy or bad girl. Either or. Okay? It's just, it plays out that way. You know? If your parents, for example, just as an example, just catch my drift. If your parents are embarrassing you in front of your whole class, you look worse if you yell at your parents and tell them, fucking, why would you say that? You get into a big fight with them. It looks worse for you. It's better if you just keep your mouth shut, you know, and be cool about it. You know, you can go into school the next day and go, yeah, I did. I pissed the bed. So what? You know, whatever. Doesn't matter. If it doesn't affect you, people won't pick on you for it. They want to get a rise out of you, right? This person trying to get a rise out of you on some level. They overtaken by this goat with its feet on fire. It is what it is. Let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. Let's go. Give me 3 cards from the bottom and a crossing card. We'll do it like we do a usual reading, right? Instead of 1 card and a crossing card. Strength, 7 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune came back, and there's a 7 of Swords again, which we had over here, right? Right? You remember? With that devil? Ah, yeah. Somebody is doing this, which is why I don't think this is your runner. I think this is somebody else you have a soul connection with. I do. If this is your runner, you made a huge mistake. You don't want this person. This is a super narcissist if this is your runner. Narcissists tend to puff themselves up by bringing the people they're with down to their level. Right? They do that. That's why narcissists will tend to punch above their weight. Like a loser will marry a high-powered lawyer. It's a good-looking loser, so they can get people. And then they will degrade that high-powered lawyer to a point where he or she needs fucking therapy after a year or 2 in the relationship. Right? Well, somebody's doing this for personal gain. Okay? Whether that's puffing themselves up the way a narcissist might by bringing you down, or just personal gain of some kind at work, you know, who knows? Whatever it is, their high and mightiness is deceptive. This is probably what makes you feel strong, because I see it here. If they seem more powerful than you, you've got it backwards. You're actually the one with all the power. Their high ground is deceptive, okay? All they're trying to do is grab onto it. I don't know. Take the reading for what it's worth to you. Okay, this happens to somebody. This happens to everybody at some point in time. Most people handle it wrong. Most people go off on the person, pull them aside later, give them a what's what, or yell at them in front of people. The best thing you can do in this kind of scenario is keep your goddamn mouth shut. Be cool, right? Just 6 of Swords it. Let it slide. Go in your canoe and go for a ride. All right, that's the best thing you can do. Any power this person seems to have over you is deceptive. That also applies if they're a boss, because I've got an emperor here. This could be your boss, for example, or a high-ranking family member. It could be. The power that they have is false. You're actually higher ranking than they are, or they see you as that. They feel you as that, right? Okay. All right. It's the best I can tell you. All right. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. But you do have, let's see here. Hold on, before we go. One card in the crossing card. Let's see. I just want to, just give me a second. Yeah, I'm right. You do have another, soulmate returning. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. My July reading, my second half of July reading holds true. Okay, you got somebody very powerful coming in. This is something separate that you need to know about. And I'm glad that played out that way. I don't want to repeat the July second half reading. The King of Wands in this particular case from the pre-shuffle looks like it's reflecting more as a narcissist than anything else. All right? But you do have in a separate message a very powerful soulmate returning. And that Wheel of Fortune ties to, I believe, the 3D in their life position up on YouTube is a very dominant card throughout that second half of July reading. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. Good luck. And remember, keep your fucking mouth shut. It's not worth it here. All right? Good luck.